Come on over, it's time for Tim Friend. Alright, welcome back to Tim Friend. I'm Tim, I'm the friend, and you're the audience once again here on Tim Friend. That's just how it works, you're gonna have to deal with it. Alright, so we're moving through these pirate ships. This is another defend mission, technically, but it's 11 turns long, which is, it's quite a bit longer than, a few turns, I should say, longer than the other ones, and it's more reinforcement-based. As you can see, not a lot of beginning enemies, but we're definitely going to see more shamans on the right side, some more mercenaries, and I think myrmidons and archers on the right side. And then in the south, we're going to get another boat that comes up to sort of butt bump ours, and I think it has a combination of both myrmidons, or mercenaries and shamans. But we will see who needs the experience here. I think Elliewood does, so we're going to have Oswin move on down to take the place of Kent and Sane, because even though the Lance Reaver will probably do pretty well against Oswin, he's got his hilariously high physical defense to carry him through that, so I don't think he'll run into problems, even though he'll have the weapon triangle disadvantage. Elliewood does pretty well. He could use a little more strength, just because he couldn't totally one-round that mercenary, but that's okay, he's Elliewood, he's fine. He gets some speed that he didn't need. Could use some strength, buddy. But that's okay, that's sort of his perennial problem for me. I don't know why, my Ellywoods always seem to blow. Not that, blowing is bad. I could go for a blow myself, you know what I'm talking about. But his strength growth always disappoints me. And that's sad, I don't like being disappointed, because I love his animations, I like seeing him fight, but it's just not that great. At killing, which means I don't get to see him fight and kill that much, because Fire Emblem, as we know, is a game about murdering dozens and dozens of men. And women. You do murder women in this game. They're Pegasus Knights, mostly. This Pegasus Knight's in an interesting position. Anything that I move adjacent to it will be able to be blown up by one of these shamans. Shamans they're sort of the heavies of the magic triangle, and that's why I don't like having people within range of them, because a lot of people just have shit resistance. Like Hector has 4, Raven has 1, Lynn has 4, but then Urk has 10. But Urk, Lord knows, doesn't need any more experience. So we'll try. I wonder if Florina can do it with a... Nope, she can't quite do it with a javelin. What if we have Urk? No, Urk just murders, I guess. Crikey. Hector one-shots it with a hand axe. And that might... Well, I mean, we could use Florina, because her resistance is 9, so she'll be able to tank hits from the other shamans, as they're sometimes called. And the enemy has an Iron Lance, that'll do 8, that's fine. Go Florina. I think Florina got the Seraph Robe? Or maybe she's just been getting HP like crazy, because I feel like she's doing pretty well for herself in the bulk department. And that's good. I like a bulky Florina. That helps her survive things, which is always nice. What did I need to do? I needed to go to the shop and back to the armory. I'm gonna get another fire tome. And should I get another one? There's 1, 2, 3 more missions. I shouldn't buy another fire tome without checking with Merlinus to see how many I have. I do have plenty of iron swords. Good thing I bought 8 million of them. And I do have a thunder tome. That plus the fire tome plus Urk's current weapons should be able to carry him through the next 3 missions. For axes, it looks like I'm pretty good. And lances, I'm also pretty good. So I think I'll be okay. I don't think I need much more for the journey onto the Dragon Isle. And if I do, then that'll be interesting. I mean... Not much more you can say about that. It's gonna lead to some interesting gameplay, but Lord knows I'm good on the fucking Iron Sword front. I'd forgotten that I'd restocked at some point. Oswin does better than anyone expects by fucking one-shotting mercenaries and getting a level in the process. Let's see what he gets. Hey, boop boop boop. Wow. I mean, anything that lets him one-shot more people, I'll take, but crikey. Whoops, sent the Iron Lance back. Well, now he's got a javelin, and he'll miss. Oh, wow. Good job, Oswin. Anyway, sorry, I don't mean to, Tim Friend is, I've been thinking about it, and I wanted to do a little less of the play-by-play stuff, where it's just me talking about exactly what's happening on screen, Because, I mean, that doesn't really lend a whole lot of personality to the entire proceedings, I guess. I don't know. Maybe the personality shows through in the play-by-play, but I try not to watch the Tim Friend episodes because it scares the shit out of me. I don't like hearing myself recorded. I feel like I don't know. I'm worried that I'm trying too hard. I'm worried about other shit. I'm worried that my voice sounds dumb. Got a red gem, though. That'll get me some gold. I mean, to be fair, that's sort of my entire life. I worry about a lot of shit. That's just, I have a lot of anxiety, as you might have heard from every other time I've probably talked about my anxiety. But it's scary. It's scary being on the internet, and but I'm not gonna stop because it's scary. I want to keep doing it. I think I talked about this last time, but I don't know, man. I talked to some very important people in my life about how scary it is for me to be in school and for me to put myself online like this. And like, I'm a person that doesn't like to post on Facebook because then my friends might see it. Like, that's ridiculous. That's insanity. But that's how I am. That's who I am. That's what I am. I've sort of got my own special brand of insanity in that way, I guess. Which, that's not fair to people who, are actually really hindered by mental disabilities and stuff like that. But I don't know. I think I'm hindered by my anxiety. I don't like being hindered in that way, but that's how I am. So, fuck it. That's something I feel like one of my sort of anxieties and self-doubts is that I never want to draw attention to myself or feel like I can be valid in complaining about something or valid in feeling a certain way. And that sucks. That really blows, because then I'm always doubting myself. And while that sort of inadvertently leads to me really thoroughly thinking through things, because I've got that sort of devil's advocate in my head, it's like, well, what if you just don't like it because this? Or what if this? What if this? What if this? I'm always going for more and more, or less and less reasonable reasons to dislike or feel certain ways or do certain things. So it sort of helps because it gives me a very open mind and a very sort of a thoughtful thought process. It sort of made sense. But at the same time, it's one of the main things that would prevent me from doing something like Tim Friend. It's something that would keep me from actually putting myself outside of my comfort zone in this particular way. Wow, Ellwood doubles Myrmidon. Oh, the Myrmidon had an armor slayer, so that was probably weighing him down and slowing him down. So that self-doubt is something that I'm trying to fight, or at least persevere through. I don't know if I can ever defeat it, or if I should defeat it, I think self-doubt would be something that would really aid a lot of interpersonal interactions in many people's everyday lives. If we weren't so fucking assured of our correctness, maybe we'd be better as people. I mean, when I say that, I think we would definitely be better as people if we weren't so fucking arrogant. But, my self-doubt makes me want to say maybe. So how fucking ridiculous is this shit? Let's see, 32 and 32. I'm using the steel sword against the shaman, even though the iron sword would technically do enough. But this is another Nosferatu shaman, so if he hits Raven, then he's going to go right back up to 16, which will put him in lethal range for the steel sword, but not the iron sword. So that was another little bit of mental arithmetic gymnastics that I had to do because of fucking dark mages. I like fighting dark mages because they're not overpoweringly strong. Oh, Jesus. I'm sorry about that. Like I mentioned earlier, I am sick, or getting better, but still fucking sick, I hate that. I hate that sort of feeling where it's like, I'm getting better, but I'm not quite better yet, so I have to fucking deal with this shit all the time. Kent gets a really cool crit. I like how they hold up their swords after they sort of spin it around. They're like, fuck yeah, here we go, blam. Feels good. It's another good feeling crit, in my opinion. But I hate the feeling of sick, and like I took medicine for a while, but now I'm not quite sick enough to feel like I need to take medicine, but maybe I should. I don't know. It's hard to tell because I don't get sick super often, and when I do, it's often for pretty short periods of time. That's just, you know, the way my body runs. And it's kind of nice. I mean, I don't like fucking being sick, but then I also get these weird sort of gray areas where I feel like I'm sick, but not quite sick enough to take medicine for it, but that doesn't help me get better because I'm not taking the medicine. I was taking that Dayquil, the NyQuil, and it did give me the NyQuil nightmares, and that's always interesting. But it does seem to help. I'm afraid to like put the nail in the coffin on this fucking cold. I don't even know how I got this fucking cold. It was probably on that goddamn last field trip of mine. I think that's when it started. Maybe it was after that, but goddamn. Wow, really terrible level ups this time around. I think Kent got a single point, Oswin got HP strength, and now Farina got like HP luck or some shit. Just garbage. Oh well, we'll get better. That's just how averages work. We'll move Eliwood down here so that Priscilla can come up and heal him. Heals on hooves, as she could be known. It's another little pair of little burps who has had a delicious meal of just piping hot almost meat from Del Taco, and I'll be sure to vomit it all over the screen next time on Tim Friend. Tim Friend.